What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Prop Wiz. I'm your host, The Wiz. Today we'll be doing an unboxing, a part 2 of sorts, on the Batman Forever Hot Toys 1/6 scale figures. We already did Batman. If you haven't seen it, go back, check it out. But today we'll be doing Robin the Boy Wonder. Look, I'm real excited about this one, man. I'm not gonna lie. Robin's costume in this movie is one of my favorite cinematic superhero costumes, even though Batman Forever isn't one of my favorite movies. I had a lot of hopes on where we was gonna go with this Robin, because of course we didn't get this version of Robin until the very, very end of the movie. And then, of course, Batman and Robin was just hot garbage, yo. It's one of the worst movies ever made. It's one of the worst movies ever made, period. Except Schwarzenegger and his one-liners. Schwarzenegger was dope. But anyway, that's my excitement with this figure, man. Really. I thought it was a cool design. I actually bought the Batman. I wouldn't have bought the Batman if it wasn't for him. I had to have both of them.
I had to save them both.
But Robin was the driving force in me buying this set. But anyway, let's check out the box, man. The box is real cool, and it kind of answered my question. I questioned whether it was a photo of Batman from the film or if it was a photo of the action figure. But anyway, this one kind of verifies that it is the figure. I can tell by the hair that the hair is molded, thus letting me know that this is a photo of the action figure. With that being said, very, very photorealistic, man. I mean, this looks like a photo of an actual person, especially with the eyes, man. I mean, Hot Toys do a good job in general, but especially with this movie masterpiece series that they be doing, it's like the eyes look super duper realistic. That's just on the cover. Everything else is consistent with the other Batman. We got the green background, probably symbolizing, you know, the Batman Forever theme. There's a lot of greens, a lot of purples in that, as you can see in the logo. As far as the rest of the box, man, it's real simple. We got a black and yellow color scheme going on. Not a lot of details, or look like there's a lot of details on the back, but mostly this is warnings, notices, and things like that. We do got the information that it does have is the Robin Batman Forever 1/6 scale collectible figure by Hot Toys. And we got the Batman Forever logo in yellow. Okay, let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. Okay, slip case off. Again, I did the reveal with the Batman, and the Batman was covered in plastic, and Robin is as well. You know what? You can see Robin a little bit different because his costume is more colorful. So he does have some plastic wrapping over him, but you can actually see the costume, man. It's so bright. But anyway, let's dive in further. Okay. So I'm trying to see if there's another layer. So right from the jump, Robin has less accessories than Batman. In fact, upon first look, he has no accessories. He's got 4 hands that can switch out, but no batarangs, no grappling hooks. Interesting. I'm used to seeing, well, you know, with Batman figures, seeing a whole bunch of stuff. With that being said, Robin did show up at the end. He wasn't really invited, right? Alfred made him a costume, and he kind of showed up, popped up on Batman at the end, fully costumed, and Batman was like, cool, let's rock. So maybe Alfred hooked him up with the costume, didn't have enough time to hook him up with the with batarangs. I don't know. I mean, Chris O'Donnell looked old to me. He was a pretty old Robin. If I had to critique anything, I have to say he was kind of old to be running around in a Robin outfit. With that being said, he might have been playing a 17-year-old. I don't know. It might not have been allowed to have sharp weapons like that. I'm sorry. I just pulled that out of the sky. I'm not really a big accessory person anyway, so it really doesn't bother me that he doesn't have a lot, because I really don't display. I don't know why I'm like that, man. I enjoy getting them because I feel like I got my money's worth, and I'm an artist, man. So I love other artists. I enjoy the fact that they do that and put that extra work in. But usually when I display my stuff, man, I really display it simple. All right, cool, man. It's cool seeing this bad boy up close. Some things I noticed on the action figure that I never really noticed on the actual character in the movie, which is the boots, man, are almost like they're not as tactical as I thought they were. Just looking at them, man, they look like they were probably difficult to do stunts in. Okay, them little pointy things, man, on his gloves are sharp, yo. I just poked myself twice. I will say right out of the box, man, he's not as easy to stand as Batman was. Get him to stand a little bit. Nope. So we're going for the stand. The stand is a must for him. Okay. And the stand is the same, just in case you didn't see the Batman video. But basically the same stand. You just got Robin at the bottom. Again, they got the place for the lights. It actually moves and everything where you can point the lights. But the battery compartment is sealed. There's no way to get in there. So I'm guessing there's no mechanics to make those lights work. which is fine. On top of accessories, I'm not a big light person when it comes to these figures, mostly because they don't last, man. You put these batteries, and these batteries aren't cheap, to be honest with you. So you put the batteries in there, they'll last for a couple of hours and be gone and start dimming. And I don't know, man, it's really not worth it. I see that the Back to the Future DeLorean from Back to the Future 2, Hot Toys is releasing. Got that on pre-order, man. I actually got the original. And the biggest thing with the original, because the original does have some cool lights on it, but again, man, those batteries don't last. I believe the new one, you're gonna be able to plug in. They've got some technology on it where we can keep the lights on. At least that's what I heard. So we'll see when it comes in. These little bit of lights that come on here, man, they don't light up anything anyway. So they were really just for show. Really ain't that important. Okay. It's cool. Looking at him up close, man, I will say the rubber suit is bunching up in some areas. So you probably got to play around with that to kind of get that to smooth out a little bit. His cape is that lightweight material. It definitely is different. It's got more of a smoother feel to his. And feels maybe slightly heavier, not too much, but it is a different material, but it's still very, very lightweight. Hangs perfectly. Head sculpt, y'all, is awesome, man. So the box did not deceive us. He looks real, real good, man. And it's all in the eyes, man. The eyes with these figures make everything believable. It's just the eyes just got that wet, realistic look. So I am seeing the costume bunch up a little bit in the underarms and around here. And I guess here I would expect it. Like the biggest thing with that, you know, some of these figures, I guess a lot of collectibles, people that collect these don't really talk about it. But, you know, sometimes when you pose them, you'll lose the realistic look because, you know, the clothing will start bunching up in a way that's unnatural. So it's not doing that here. Again, there's not a whole lot of movement, man, with this rubber suit. The arm is double jointed though. So in terms of forearm to elbow movement, we're pretty good. Yeah, he can lift his arms fairly okay. So again, man, dude, Batman Forever, I mean, they weren't really doing a whole lot. Batman and Robin, you know, had a couple of stunts in it, but I think they used a lot of digital characters in that, which is one of the reasons I didn't like it, man. I mean, it didn't have real convincing visual effects in that. Get this out the way. Again, he came with 4 hands. Not even worth sharing. I watch a lot of these videos. Not only am I the president of Prop Wiz, but I'm also a fan. But people show off the hands, man. It's almost a waste of time. I mean, they're the same basic hands that would come with even a 7-inch figure. You know, hands open, hands closed, hands as if it's gripping something, and the fist. This particular one, I'm keeping the fist on it. I do have these Batman posters, a Batman Forever poster that had Batman and Robin. I think I'm gonna look at that and just see how everything was posed. That's actually how I plan on matching this. And and it did come with some extra joint pegs, which is cool. Man, what else with the figure? Man, everything looks good, man. The color looks good. The paint application is wonderful. Batman had a shiny look, especially from this movie, right? It wasn't no weathering or anything on this. They tried to make these costumes look like they came off the factory, right off the factory belt. And that's what they look like. You know what I'm saying? This Robin does have the nipples. You always hear the complaints about the bat nipples. Again, they never really bothered me that much. I kind of knew what look they were going for. But then again, if you look at it and say it out loud, then it kind of gets in your head. So now that I said it out loud, the nipples bother me. With that being said, it's accurate. That's the way he looked in the movie. Man, we'll see how we display him, man. Like I said, I was going to display him on the stand, but I do want them a little bit closer together. And maybe I'll get a smaller stand. But man, I think they look good together, yo. Definitely don't look flexible, but again, that's accurate to the movie, man. I mean, these jokers was walking around with molded latex, so it looks that way. The figures line up perfect, man. They look like the correct height, respectively. They seem accurate to the size difference within the movie. Hair looks good. Gloves look good. Man, it's crazy, man. Because some of the stuff, the gloves and the boots kind of look plasticky, but again, that shiny look, I feel like that's how it looked in the movie, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to say it as a complaint, but man, it looks good, man. It looks accurate. These things are awesome, man. And of course, behind glass, it's going to look even better. So I'm going to have to wipe them down real good, man. I got fingerprints all over the base. So the base is very fingerprint prone, but the costumes, man, they're hanging in there, man. They look good. Okay, man, that's my box opening for Robin, and gave you kind of my fresh out of the box review on it. If you haven't seen the Batman, go back and check out the Batman. I believe Robin might still be on sale if you check out Big Bad Toy Store. I got mine from Sideshow. I'm not sure if it's still available on Sideshow. Batman, I think, was still available. Yeah, man, this is one of those ones, man. I wasn't sure if it was gonna fly off the shelf. I done told you I disliked the movie or didn't love the movie, but the movie was a big deal. Sold a lot of tickets, and there's always that Batman for that generation, right? I mean, there's some kids that's going to think the Amazing Spider-Man series is the best because that's what they grew up on. Clone Wars, Star Wars prequels. I mean, you just name it. There's all these series that kids came into that world that way. So that's their favorite thing. In fact, I was telling my kids the other day, man, Roger Moore was my James Bond, you know what I'm saying? But not necessarily because he was the greatest actor or whatever. That was the James Bond when I was growing up. So that was my introduction into that world. So likewise, I imagine there's some kids or some adults now that probably entered the world of Batman around this time period. This is what they love. And really, I can't knock you for it. Like I said, it wasn't the worst movie, man. You had some kids, especially if you understand what it was. It was definitely a live action comic book, emphasis on comic book movie, and in that respect, I think Joel Schumacher did a great job. But for me, the one thing I couldn't knock definitely was the costume designs. I think the costume designs were dope. And I think Val Kilmer, man, had a lot of potential to be a real dope Batman. I saw some of the scenes that they cut out. Maybe that movie would have been better if they had those scenes in there. Regardless, I got these figures, man, that kind of document and laminated that time period, and it'll go perfect in contrast with the other figures I have in my collection. So I'm glad I got it, man. I think it's super dope. Let me know what you guys think. Hey, the movie, did you like it? Did you not like it? The figures, do you have it? Do you not have it? What do you think about it? And let me know, man. Robin or Batman? Like I said, Robin was the driving force of this for me, man. He was the one that made me buy this one. So let me know who else thinks like that, man, or I'm the only one out there like that. Okay, as always, make sure you subscribe. Please share. Please like the video if you like it. Love you guys to death, man. I'll check you guys out next time, all right? Peace.
Yo, can my mind state change? Though I rhyme insane like a primate's brain. Rage is all I think when I see you, like you be so speaking Hebrew, straight evil like the Beatles, singing Chuck Berry songs, all raw this evil.